This week on IceMen, Delavan, Wisconsin and Lakeland Resort host the IceMen for the 5th NAIFC qualifying event of the season. Delavan's fish are big, but rapidly changing conditions try to put the IceMen off their game. Team Prowler is looking to stay on top of the season leaderboard, but as the Ice Trollers know, staying in first place is a tough gig. This week on IceMen.
The North American ice fishing circuit is the pinnacle of competitive ice fishing. Here, a unique and diverse group of two-man teams will compete, laugh, and shout while catching buckets of fish from frozen lakes all across the ice belt in pursuit of an Iceman's ultimate gratification, the title of NAIFC champion.
I'm Mike McNett, Tournament Director. This is the North American Ice Fishing Circuit, and these are the IceMen.
Welcome to Delavan Lake, just north of the Illinois line in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. The IceMen and 116 other competitors are at Lakeland Resort, pre-fishing for the 5th qualifying event on the North American Ice Fishing Circuit.
Lakeland Resort has been in existence for over 130 years. We recently completed a $32 million renovation on the 222-room luxury lodge units. We offer a variety of different packages. We offer our family package that entertains for kids' activity if the parents want to go have dinner. Partnering up with the NAIFC, we have come out with a family ultimate ice fishing package. We have the shanties for them. We have the equipment that all that they have to do is bundle up. We take them out on the ice, show them how to do it. We're getting a lot of inquiries about it.
The Delavan Lakes area is rich with recreational and outdoor amenities. And for the IceMen, the lake's abundant supply of big crappies and sunfish are at the top of that list.
We got one good spot. We got crappies and gills both at the south end of the lake. And the crappies are running 11 and a half inches, and gills are running up to 9 inches, but we could still use another spot here.
The IceMen team of Mike Bodecker and Dave Young is sitting in 4th place in the Team of the Year standings. But they're looking to make big moves here at Delavan. As always, Dave is keeping a keen eye on the locals.
I pay attention to everybody on that lake. Everybody out there that I know is a good fisherman, I treat them like a bobber. You know, if your bobber goes down, you know somebody's catching fish over there. If you see some of these good fishermen in one spot too long, they're there for a reason. So I keep an eye on every bobber I go to, every lake I go to. I don't care if it's fun fishing or tournament fishing. There's always a bobber on that lake that you look for.
He's a sly dog. I mean, he's the type of guy who's going to go out and fish next to the locals. I mean, he looks like a local. He's a friendly guy, and he's going to get his information out of the local guys.
For local people out there fishing, I become friends with them, ask them questions, give them baits, talk to them.
Then Dave asked him, he says, is this your favorite spot to fish on the lake? And he says, nope, I don't know the lake at all. This is just where I fish. Didn't do something right when he talked to the guy. I don't know if it's coming in and crowding on him and fishing right in his holes while the guy's fishing about 7 or 8 holes. I don't know if Dave come in and start fishing his holes. And some of these locals, man, that's their holes, man. You can't go jumping in their holes. Just give them their space. There's no reason to go and fish somebody else's hole if you don't drill it, basically. I don't know, a lot of these guys do that.
You know, we are independent. We're not looking for, you know, open holes like other teams. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna use the names, but they're Illinois and Michigan team. They always checking the spots.
Stick around. The IceMen continue pre-fishing at Delavan Lake, Wisconsin. And Myron speaks up about Team Ice Troller's recent string of bad luck.
When you steal that kind of money from me, I get pretty whiny. But I am not quitting. They just created a monster is all.
When IceMen returns. Welcome back to Lake Delavan, Wisconsin, where the IceMen are busy pre-fishing for the 5th qualifying event of the year on the North American Ice Fishing Circuit.
This lake really looks like it's the fish are in shallow water for some reason. I don't know why, but they are in really shallow water. Probably because of the weed growth. It's all milfoil. The milfoil is grown down to about 10 feet, and that's predominantly where all the fish are. They're just not out in the deeper water.
At over 3,000 acres, Lake Delavan is big water and difficult to sort out in only 3 days of pre-fishing. Thankfully, the fish are shallow and the water's clear, allowing the IceMen to use sight fishing techniques similar to those employed last week in Michigan.
We're out here pre-fishing. Tactic I'm using sight fishing today. We're using our HT high-tech ice fishing shanty. It's black, makes it very easy to see down in these clear water conditions. That way you can look and see the fish. You don't even have to catch them. Once you see them, you know, you don't have to guess. You know exactly what size they are. We're pretty experienced at that, so by just seeing them, we know. Seem to be a bunch of smaller fish going through with some great big ones mixed in. And the most important thing here for this is finding the fish. Catching them isn't all that hard. It's finding them is the trick. In all these tournaments, to be this most successful, you have to be the best at finding them. It's not just the guys that can catch them, because there's better fishermen than us out there, but who can find them the best.
Now sight fishing is going to teach you how hard to jig your jig. You know, you can jig it fast, slow, but you can see how the reaction is to the fish. So that's the main thing in sight fishing. You have small fish coming in and big fish, and you can pull it away from the small ones. You can see the fish and see how they're going to react to your jig, and that's a plus when we're fishing with the live bait here. So the main thing is when you see a fish coming, you can see how he's going to react to what you're doing.
In any kind of fishing, the best anglers are keenly aware of changing conditions. And here on Lake Delavan, unseasonably warm temperatures are sending runoff through the ice and reducing visibility by the minute.
Supposed to be IceMen, and we are the watermen now. Better than water boy.
We're getting water running down in the holes, and that's taking all kinds of microorganisms, anything laying on top of the ice is funneling it down through the holes. So it's a kind of a combination of things. You got potential food running down there and warmer water, and it's just going to make the fish, and it's clouding it up. It's just going to make the fish more aggressive.
Regular IceMen viewers are aware that 3-time Team of the Year and reigning NAIFC champions Joe Pekulski and Myron Gilbert are riding a string of misfortune. The Ice Trollers have been disqualified at the last 2 tournaments, and Myron is speaking out.
We felt we've been picked on for a couple tournaments in a row. Some people might not agree, but that's just fine. We've been DQ'd 2 times in a row. First time we got DQ'd was for accepting a nice gesture from somebody on camera now, a sausage McMuffin. The next time we get DQ'd at our home lake, we got disqualified for dropping a bucket. And an empty bucket now, mind you. And that bucket was supposed to check our fish in at 1 o'clock. It was 11 o'clock when they disqualified us on the lake. That bucket shouldn't have been touched. That bucket shouldn't have been touched until 1 o'clock. Observers shouldn't be taking and moving nothing on the lake, in my estimation. They're there to observe, not to affect the outcome of a tournament. And when they steal $10,000 out of my pocket, I become real mean. Not only was it $10,000 for first prize, which we'd have won, it was $2,500 for the lock-on Team of the Year. That would have given us 2 firsts and a third. That would have been the best finish in the history. The top 3 for Team of the Year. So we felt we were robbed pretty severely. And if anybody wants to comment on that, they go on to fishyspot.com and let your comments be known that what you thought about an empty bucket falling out of somebody's ice shanty going fishing and getting disqualified. I did nothing wrong, and I will never agree to that. But I am not quitting. They just created a monster is all. I'm gonna fish harder now. My name's Myron Gilbert. Live in a little town of Brooklyn, Michigan, in the southern part of the state, 49 years old. I have to have a woman that supports me. Her name's Pam, and especially in my charter business, you know, as I fish for, you know, for a living. I have one son, Myron Jr., 2 grandchildren, who I love dearly, and who without them, you know, life isn't really worth living, you know, without your family. Fishing I do for money, hunting I do for self-gratification, I guess. I guess I'm just driven to do that, you know. When the fall comes, that's kind of the passion I have, is chasing nice whitetails, you know. There's nothing like, you know, being out in the woods and being amongst everything, you know. It gives you, you know, a sense of fulfillment out there. You know, there's nothing fake out there. It's all real. Fishing's almost just like watching cows and livestock in the pasture. When they're inactive, they'll be hanging someplace, and then they'll go on, like the cows, they'll go and lay in a corner of the pasture for a while and rest up, and then, oh, it's time to go get a drink, and they'll make a circle, and they'll go graze for a while. But fish live the same way. In their environment, you just can't see them underneath the water. I have strangers stepping on my boat twice a day, and you have to be very outgoing, you know, and deal with people from all walks of life. If you can't be happy, you can't make somebody else happy. You know, that's very important to me, you know, and I'm going to continue to live my life that way, I guess.
After the break, tournament day arrives at Lake Delavan, and the big boys come out to play. When IceMen returns. Welcome back. Tournament fishing is underway at Lake Delavan, and the IceMen are facing a full field of 62 teams. They've got 5 hours to find and catch the biggest crappies and sunfish in the lake. And if all goes well, they'll bring 8 of each to the 1 o'clock weigh-in.
The water's real muddy down there. So I got this black light. You can see how it's glowing right now. Tase it. So I'm gonna try to get her to glow for me. Maybe we can draw some fish into it.
Just under the ice, 2 foot under, 3 foot under the ice. Hoping they come in, and when they whack it, they really slam it. But, got one already, lost another one.
Here we go.
Here's what we're looking for, fellas. Game on.
Go right in and see if we can get another one out of it, because there was a bunch in the holes.
Got lucky. That's fishing.
Years lucky, huh? Is that right? Whatever. Round pierced. That's a nice little crappie. You just suck it in there and eat it up.
The IceMen are catching some good crappies early, but the bite is tapering off quickly. A few teams, however, are still catching good fish, including Team Prowler.
We're fishing these little Adam jigs, probably about 15 inches below the ice. Just a real light jig. Crappies are coming in and just grabbing it. I'm actually dropping the rod tip and feeding them line and letting them swim, and then they'll eventually inhale the jig. Real light bite. It might be a little upgrade though. It's sad. Tony.
Yes!
Stuck in the hole. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that number 8?
Oh, we already got it.
Woo!
That's our kicker.
That's mwah!
Bobby, now give me some sugar.
Because we are the best.
Okay. We are funny, we are open, fast.
And not jealous.
Some kind of young, except me. So
come
we still
on.
got the power.
You're old.
I think we can win Team of the Year because we've done it 3 times before, and I intend to make it 4. You know, and I hate to lose.
First off, I got one of the best partners out there. And I figure I'm pretty good myself, so between the two of us, it should be a done deal.
We have the tournament knowledge, we have time on ice, we have experience. So I think all of that combined together will definitely help, and you'll be seeing us number 1 at the end of the season.
Our chances are pretty good. We 1 to 3.
I already made the room for a big ring, the gold one.
Yeah, last time we tried the rings last year. Now they were too small. This year they're gonna make bigger, and we're gonna wear them for sure.
Out of our chances, I would say 90%.
I think our patterns are strong. I think our tackles better than anybody else's. I think the way we fish is better than anybody else's. I can't understand why we haven't won a Team of the Year before.
Probably 85%. I think we're going to be right up there.
Bob, they're coming from this way now.
Stay tuned. It's weigh-in time at Delavan, and some will thrive while others merely survive. When IceMen returns. At the end of the day, the Delavan Lake qualifying event proved disappointing for most of the IceMen teams. Sitting in 3rd place in the Team of the Year standings before the Delavan event, Team Fish Maniacs only brought 8 fish to the weigh-in and managed a meager 3.19 pounds.
I want to thank you to my fan club over there. All the cheerleaders, thanks a lot. All the sponsors, thank you.
Bodecker and Young did better, bringing a 7.37 pound limit to the scales. But with Delavan's big fish, their bucket didn't even crack the top 30 of the 62 team field.
So where he was getting bluegills, we went right there at the very last and got 3 nice ones there, but those are the only 3 nice ones we got. So everything else was little.
Over here by the marina sucked.
Yeah, it muddied up in there. It just died over there.
It's all the runoff.
Yeah.
We need another hour.
We got 6 good ones, 2 small ones, and got our gills.
We got
no DQ. We didn't get this well yet. It's not over yet.
I hope it's McDonald's wrapper stolen.
Ice Trollers, Pekulski, and Gilbert did earn 1 lone Team of the Year point with their 25th place finish, but their 7.83 pound bucket was no standout on this lake.
So how'd you do out there today?
We did pretty good this morning. We got right on the spot that we were seeing some big crappies, and they came in and we did all right for us. I mean,
honorary IceMen Jamie and Gavin Olson caught a nice limit weighing 8.54 pounds, but it was only good enough for 20th place.
How was it having a camera stuck in your face today out there?
I have a new respect for the IceMen.
The lone bright spot for the IceMen at the scales was Team Prowler. Tony's giant 1.63 pound crappie earned Big Fish of the tournament and boosted their bucket to an exceptional 9.17 pounds. Good enough for 11th place and 15 more Team of the Year points.
We found them under the white ice. They were hiding under the shadows there, and then we upgraded some real nice fish, caught a hog, and came down to the bluegill spot. And
who's this here?
Colin.
And you're pretty proud of your daddy?
Yeah.
You should be.
They were there. They were biting. They were just blowing on the bait, and there were some hogs there. I mean, hogs, and you know, it wasn't our day for the gills.
Even though Boschold and Horn earned 15 extra points and were the points leaders going into the Delavan event, the Wisconsin team of Doug Bouchon and John Daniela, second in the standings last week, turned in another super performance at Delavan, with a second-place bucket weighing 10.01 pounds.
10.01. That's a real feat to get over 10 pounds. That doesn't happen often. Congratulations, guys.
And so, with only 2 events remaining, Team Prowler gives up the top spot. The Fish Maniacs drop from 3rd to 5th. Bodecker and Young hang on to the 4th spot, and the Ice Trollers, Pekulski and Gilbert, fall out of the top 5 into 6th place. Congratulations are in order for Bouchon and Daniela and Team Green, Brandon Newby and Ryan Wilson, for hanging with the IceMen at the top of the leaderboard. But it truly is still anybody's title to claim. Next week on IceMen, join us at Channel Lake near picturesque Antioch, Illinois. The season's coming down to the wire and every ounce counts. We'll see you there next week on IceMen. Closed captioning provided by the North American Ice Fishing Circuit is a corporation established by fishermen for fishermen, with the fundamental goal of advancing the sport of ice fishing by providing the highest level of competitive ice fishing in North America. Competing is fun. Find a tournament near you or learn more about our Ice Camp Kids events or pro staff seminars only at naifc.com.
Okay. What's your current date of birth?
2/21/45. What's yours?
Is something dead in here?
You got that? There might knock on dead.
Oh my goodness.
Reach your hand in there.
I'm not putting my hand in there.
Now the last guy checked my license. Give me $5.
Is that right?
Yeah. Now do I get $5 from you?
No. Any fish in the bucket?
I'll give you 100 not to look.